everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you and welcome. We are going to cover some mains level questions. So you have a good opportunity here to start preparing for your mains level from now onwards. Let me quickly know before we begin if I'm properly audible and visible to you all guys. Okay. So as I was saying, we are going to do some mains level question. Now please remember, जब भी mains level की बात होती we can expect lengthy questions. They may not be very difficult, but they definitely will be lengthier. And then the other thing is the language can be something that may confuse you because of course mains level design करे हुए question है वो. So some or the other way they will challenge you. It is not necessary that they'll challenge you only by framing a tough question. It could be lengthy, it could be little bit complex to understand, but if you understand, if you have a strategy, if you have done your reading properly till now, आप बहुत अच्छे से questions कर सकते हो. Comprehension based questions ज़्यादा पूछे जाते हैं where you have to understand, and along with understanding you may have to use knowledge of vocab or knowledge of grammar, two three things together, and then you get the answer. Okay, so this is how it goes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this first question now. If you are new here, I'm Niharika John Mehra and I have been teaching English for more than 10 years now. On this channel, I take classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I take an extra session every Saturday, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1:30 p.m. की classes होती हैं. And soon we are going to start with a CSAT regular classes for reading comprehension. Beneficial for others as well, not just CSAT aspirants. Okay, so like or share कर दो जल्दी से and make sure you subscribe. This is the first question that you can see on the screen right now. This is a mixture of parajumble and closed test. Here आपके पास में जो blanks closed test में है, you are supposed to use one of the statements and fill it. Okay? तो एक word नहीं है, vocabulary नहीं है, पूरा का पूरा sentence आएगा A में. फिर similarly for B we will have some options and likewise we will have for C, D, E. तो आपको पूरा passage पढ़ना है, उसके बाद options पढ़ के context समझ के इसको answer करना है. Answer here. You can take a little bit of time, comprehend the question. Answer is C for this one. Now let me explain you how and then we will move ahead. Okay. You can see here that it says with more than 150 million hectares of the land and zones. India is at a resource advantage. This is a good thing. Positive note पे start हो रहा है, which plays a vital role in the economy. Now something negative, but the growth rates in agriculture have been fluctuating between 1.5 to 0.2%. So now what we are getting to see here is कि there is a good resource available, but हमारा full utilization नहीं हो पा रहा है. Then there is a dash. The gamut of prospect ranges from agricultural inputs to logistics, and if monsoon allows, India can achieve so much of food security, food production. Abhi, it says another prospective investment aspect. क्या मुझे कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोस्पेक्ट एस्पेक्ट कुछ मिला यहाँ पे? नहीं मिला, तो ये तो पहले ही आउट हो जाएगा. The vision of Make in India is set to increase innovation and investment in the sector. So maybe Make in India is going to help in the sector, which is agriculture sector. But this is something that first needs explanation of Make in India, what it is connected to, what it is. So suddenly mentioning it here and then getting back to the prospects that range from inputs to logistic, ये flow को बिगाड़ देगा. With an allocation of 360 billion for agriculture and welfare, the government has re-emphasized its focus on development, generating immense opportunities for commercialization. See, commercialization की बात है, investment की बात है, development की बात है. And then we are saying कि यहाँ पे जो है the gamut of prospect ranges from inputs to logistics. So what we are doing here now, we are talking about a solution because growth rates fluctuate हो रहे हैं. तो solution क्या है? एक allocation एक बड़ा amount का हुआ है and उसको target करा गया है अलग अलग ways में, and we are explaining those ways जो range कर रहे हैं input से logistics तक. That's why C यहाँ पे fit आ रहा था. The farm implements sector, however, is yet to become major. ये however के कारण हम इसे पिछले किसी सेंटेंस से जोड़ नहीं सकते. दैट रिलेशनशिप ही स्टैब्लिश नहीं हो रही है, तो डी भी आंसर नहीं था. स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन ब्लैंक बी नाउ. ब्लैंक के पहले की बात, नॉट जस्ट वन सेंटेंस. ब्लैंक के बाद की बात, नॉट जस्ट वन सेंटेंस. यू हैव टू थिंक एवरीथिंग एंड देन आंसर. Work on your reading speed, my dear students. That's something that will take you through. The answer here is D. Listen to me very carefully. First of all, आपको ये questions करने आने चाहिए. So there is no escaping from this. Second, if आप ये देखोगे कि पैराग्राफ में जो वर्ड्स है, द वर्ड्स इन द पैराग्राफ आर वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द वर्ड्स, सम ऑफ द वर्ड्स इन द ऑप्शन, एंड दैट्स व्हाई द ऑप्शन इज नॉट एन आंसर. ऐसा नहीं है. दिस इज बिल्डिंग अप अ पैराग्राफ, सो न्यू वर्ड्स, न्यू इंफॉर्मेशन आपके ब्लैंक्स में आएगी. रेलेवेंसी चेक करना है, फ्लो चेक करना है, राइट? सो वी सी आगे क्या बात हो रही है. इन रीसेंट टाइम्स agriculture input industry has seen major consolidations influencing globally, and Indian companies need to further expand their product portfolio. Important है ये, to tackle competition. अब products क्या क्या हो सकते हैं agriculture के. एंड लेटर ऑन बी के बाद में बोल रहा है, रीसेंट डेवलपमेंट्स ऑन द डील साइड आर सेट टू चेंज द डायनामिक. ठीक है. Agri startups are slowly gaining traction and have been able to secure funding. हम फंडिंग की और स्टार्टअप्स की बात नहीं, हम एग्रीकल्चर के ही किसी एक वर्टिकल की प्रोडक्ट पोर्टफोलियो की बात कर रहे हैं. सो ए इज आउट ऑफ द ऑप्शन. देन the agri-business space is thus growing rapidly with various stakeholders including government, private players, altering strategies to gain growing agri resources and consumer demand. अगर बी के बाद में आगे की चीजें नहीं होती तो वी कुड हैव थॉट कि बी आंसर हो सकता है. इट हैज अ कंक्लूसिव टोन इन इट. But you know what we are getting? There is something more after B. So my sentence should connect the first part and the part after the blank. In seed sector, which is one of the product portfolio, the growing need of R&D along with the development such as increasing use of biofertilizers has developed a need for input companies to rethink their strategies. Hence, recent developments on the deal side are set to change the dynamic of the industry. तो हम यहाँ पे एक तो प्रोडक्ट पोर्टफोलियो में सीड सेक्टर आ सकता है जो कि एग्रीकल्चर का एक पार्ट हो गया. हम बता रहे हैं वहाँ पे ग्रोइंग नीड है. देन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द वेज जहाँ पे हमें R&D करके डेवलपमेंट लाना है और उन्हीं रिसेंट डेवलपमेंट्स को हम आगे बता रहे हैं. दैट्स हाउ वी सी द कनेक्टिविटी हियर, पहले से भी बाद वाले से भी, एंड दैट्स व्हाई डी इज द आंसर. ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करो, सोचो और फिर मार्क करो. ठीक है. वी गॉट टू लर्न हाउ टू हैंडल सच क्वेश्चन. A is the answer. So we reached till this point of the extra vertical seed sector. Recent developments on the deal side are set to change the dynamics of the industry. Then there is a blank. Further in the agribusiness industry, farm equipment caters to. Now there is a new thing जो farm equipment के बारे में. It marks a trend towards consolidation in the industry and will have a cascading impact on the agriculture, forcing small companies to adapt consolidation strategies. देखो कंसोलिडेशन की बात करना तो हमने बहुत पहले से शुरू कर दिया था. Then we started talking about consolidation का एक angle, that was the seed sector. And then we are saying here that the developments are set to change the dynamics. What are the dynamics? What are the changes? It marks a trend towards consolidation. This goes with the flow of initially जो हमने बात करी थी. You have to consider the whole para. दो हम read नहीं कर रहे बार बार पूरा para, but it is part of the main paragraph. तो tone maintain करनी पड़ेगी हमको. A host of homegrown technology startups are bringing innovation to agriculture sector. Am I getting anything about the technology startups that also in-house? तो आगे बात नहीं पीछे बात नहीं indicate करते हुए that we are talking about them. This is out. Some are even helping farmers. So some alone a pronoun is given. As a pronoun यहाँ पर some use हुआ है. That means कि इसके पहले कुछ होना था. So we can later on say some people, some equipment, some things are even helping farmers. तो some किसके लिए है which is unclear. तो ये तो grammar basis पे आप यहाँ से eliminate कर सकते हो. Many new players have already entered the market with increasing participation of private players. That's a very generic sentence. I cannot connect it कि ये agriculture के बारे में ही है कि नहीं है, agribusiness के बारे में ही है या नहीं है, and hence this is out. Okay, you will have to follow both the techniques, selecting the right answer, eliminating the wrong ones. Then only ये question आप confidently सही सही बना पाओगे. Make sure to like and share the session, guys. Focus on helping words, hint words, pronouns, some of the some of the conjunctions if they are given. They'll help you establish a relationship. Okay, so we still are doing D. So conclusive tone शायद later on आए तो better है towards the conclusion. Anyways, it says further in the industry, farm equipment caters to requirement across value chain. So farm equipment का क्या role है? And then there is a blank with maximum mechanization at initial value chain stage. So value chain के ही बारे में बात आगे बढ़ रही है. Which means I don't want to conclude or I don't want to introduce any kind of new information in between. क्योंकि आगे पीछे मेन बात वो वैल्यू चेन की ही हो रही है, रिलेटेड बात आनी चाहिए. There is thus a need to develop a strong warehousing system equipped with modern and scientific storage facilities. Which could this could have been an answer अगर आगे का पार्ट होता ही नहीं मेरे पास में, पर है ना, तो अभी क्या करें, दूसरा देखते हैं. होम ग्रोन वाला सेम इशू अभी पढ़ लिया है सेंटेंस ऑलरेडी, सो वी कैन नॉट इंट्रोड्यूस न्यू इन्फॉर्मेशन. Agri startups are slowly gaining traction. That's again something that could be true, but इधर relate नहीं कर रहा है. Agri machinery market, you talked about machinization in India is estimated to grow by more than 10%, and by factors such as these factors, and it is about to supposed to grow, estimated to grow. So with maximum thing in at initial change stage, the sector is dominated by tractors with so much. तो वो जो मेन मशीन्स की बात हो रही है, इक्विपमेंट की बात हो रही है, डी इज द ओनली वन जो उसके बारे में रिक्वायरमेंट को बता रहा है, एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है. दिस वाज द सिंपलेस्ट वन आउट ऑफ ऑल, आई वुड से. अब ई वाला करके देखो, ई इज द लास्ट सेंटेंस ऑफ द पैसेज. सोचो क्या आना चाहिए यहाँ पे. टेक 20 seconds more. आई थिंक आपके ये क्वेश्चन से आप लोग, आई मीन दीज क्वेश्चन, 5 of them, the type of question that we did in this session अभी, many of you might have learned a lot. ये होता है comprehension. This is something you develop when you read a lot, and to your surprise, why can't you think that all of them, they all can fit here. सब तो conclude कर रहे हैं. See, the passage spoke about that we have a resource advantage, that is agriculture, and then details of how agriculture sector could be reformed and could be developed, right? Later on we started talking about the equipment, and one of the like tractors, machines and all. Okay, innovation in the farm machinery sector, still talking about the same, will drive the next phase of growth. True, I can conclude like that. The farm implement sector, however, is yet to become a major market segment, and tractors remain a major sector of investment. So now, again, in the same context, I can put something which is contrasting, that one sector is growing very well, getting a lot of attention, the other one is yet to become a major market segment. ये भी बोल सकते हैं. Also, अभी also बोल दिया ना, you can add an information. Okay, A or B में doubt था, I can understand. So you practice more, so this thing now that is stopping you from going ahead with the right answer, and then you thought कि अरे ये तो सोचा था, but because of this point I've missed it. Practice more, it will be solved. Also, the vision of Make in India is set to increase innovation and investment. लगेगा दोनों सेक्टर में. मेक इन इंडिया है, हम इन हाउस मशीन बनाएंगे. As per the Tractor Manufacturers Association, the market is dominated by Indian companies. हम ट्रैक्टर्स की बात तो कर ही रहे थे, तो ये भी बोल सकते हैं, सब बोल सकते हैं, ऑल ऑफ द अबव, है ना? So this is a possibility. Why all of the above could come here? Because now we were ending it. Imagine एक और सेंटेंस यहाँ होता ई के बाद में, देन आप और रेस्ट्रिक्ट हो जाते. You would have had only one option or maybe that fits, because आगे का भी फ्लो डिसाइड करना होता है ना आपको, आगे का कनेक्शन भी स्टैब्लिश करना होता है. चलो अब थोड़ा और कॉम्प्रिहेंशन के क्वेश्चंस करते हैं. Where should I put this timer? I am unable to देखते हैं. प्लीज रीड, दिस इज अ पैसेज. आपको काफी शॉर्ट पैसेजेस मिलते हैं मेंस में, एंड यू गेट 2 to 3 क्वेश्चंस पर शॉर्ट पैसेज. Avinash, I'll explain that. Wait, maybe we can take a pause here. I'll go back to the D1. Okay, so in the sentence before E blank, we were talking about with India being largest tractor manufacturer in the world. So if we narrow down, we can start talking more about tractor manufacturers. So as per the association, we are still keeping the theme, maintaining the theme. The market is dominated by Indian companies in terms of tractors sold. So how we are developing, how we are being the largest manufacturer. अब उसकी continuation में एक और information दे रहे हो D में. So relevant information है, it's an add-on information. Okay. Can continue now with this question. This is the short passage. I think we have 3 questions on this passage. Yeah, we have got 3 questions. You will find this one easier. हाँ, जो ऑलरेडी ट्रैक्टर बताया हुआ है, ट्रैक्टर मैन्युफैक्चरर का बताया हुआ है, वी आर टेकिंग इट अहेड. No, you are thinking of something that will give a final conclusion, a summary of the whole passage. It doesn't work that way. Just think of a parajumble. Conclusive tone means, of course, there can be a sentence that concludes everything from top to bottom. Then there could be a sentence that just helps us to know more about the previous statement. There could be a statement which is the last statement, but at the same time, it is contradicting the previous part of information and it ends there. So something ending and something concluding the whole. उसमें थोड़ा thin line का difference है. वहाँ पर सबकी possibility थी. And that's why all of the above, which was a valid option, उसका भी equal chance था आने का as an answer, वो answer था. What happens now, we often think that when it comes to concluding word, it means concluding the whole thing A to Z. Sometimes it could just help us with a conclusion of a tiny part of the last previous statement. इसका आंसर है D. प्लीज कंटिन्यू वर्किंग ऑन दिस वन. अभी इसके सारे आंसर हम साथ में डिस्कस करेंगे. It should be simple, I mean. Answer is E. Just three questions based on this passage. हाँ हाँ. Answer is C. Okay. Well, we'll start with the first one. So the Blue Whale company went out of business shortly before financial crisis. There was a fierce debate about whether the company's directors or bankers were most to blame. किसको blame करे? Victims had to wait for years to get back less than half what they owed, what they were owed from the company. 10 years after the scandal, Law Commission warned it could easily be repeated in a report into retail insolvency, as well as calling for protection for those who pay upfront for the goods that retailers don't deliver. It recommended a regulation for Christmas and similar saving schemes which pose a particular risk. पहले में इंसिडेंट है, सेकेंड पैराग्राफ टॉक्स अबाउट द पोस्ट इम्पैक्ट ऑफ इट. It took 17 months for the government to respond. While the Department for Business Strategy said it planned to consult and bring forward legislation, we were still waiting for it to arrive. It isn't hard to see what's getting in the way. Meantime, there is a voluntary code of practice. तो पहला क्वेश्चन है व्हाट वाज द कैटास्ट्रॉफी. कैटास्ट्रॉफी आपके फर्स्ट पैरा में ही एक्सप्लेन है. सो द कंपनीज बिजनेस कोलैप्स्ड, it went out and it had to pay huge debts to the customers. Yes, it wasn't sufficient. Customers, they got less than half of what they were owed, but still this happened. So catastrophe दी थी. I think इसमें किसी को डाउट नहीं होना चाहिए. Come to the B1, which was super easy. Now, from whom did the Law Commission ask the company to protect? ये आपका कीवर्ड था. प्रोटेक्शन के बारे में डिटेल यहाँ पर दी हुई है. As well as calling for more protection for those who pay upfront, that means advance, for goods that retailers don't deliver when they go broken. So those who paid advance for the material but could not get the material. Don't deliver मतलब उनको नहीं मिला goods. तो ये तो बहुत आसान आंसर आपका ई था. हाँ, यूज दैट्स इसलिए आप समझोगे इससे. I'll tell you. First of all, other options will be eliminated. यूज दैट्स इसलिए क्योंकि आपने पहले ही देखा that it took 37 million euros of so many people. So even if it would have been less than half or something, it is still a big amount. Okay. Other thing that बाकी देखो, the victims waited 1.5 years for the company to respond. कैटास्ट्रोफी ये नहीं थी ना कि विक्टिम्स को वेट करना पड़ा. कैटास्ट्रोफी क्या थी? कोलैप्स होना, which was mentioned only in the D option, and आगे का information was also something that could have been true. False नहीं है वो. Exactly कितना पे किया वो नहीं पता था. But at the same time, it holds true because it looks like from the context कि बड़ा amount ही होगा ना, huge debt ही होगा. That's why D is the answer. Is it clear now, Piyush? Come to the third one. It's hard, it isn't hard to see what's getting in the way. ठीक है, इसका मीनिंग ट्रांसलेट करना है कि यहाँ पे जो थर्ड पैरा में वन वन, इट वाज अ पैसेज ऑफ 3 पैरास एंड वन वन पैरा से एक एक क्वेश्चन था. So before this it says it took 17 months for government to respond. While the strategy department for this all said it planned to consult and bring forward legislation, that means public is waiting for the new legislations to be brought होना चाहिए, यहाँ पे टाइपिंग मिस्टेक है, brought to the limelight. Okay, तो ये वाला C ज़्यादा easy था. They are waiting, we are still waiting for it to arrive. It isn't hard to see what's getting in the way. तो किसके वे में आ रहा है, नया legislation क्यों नहीं आ रहा है, उसके वे में आ रहा है. So the only spelling mistake that was a typo error यहाँ पे इस word का था. Okay. अब थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी क्वेश्चन करेंगे बिकॉज नाउ आपके पास में क्वेश्चन कोई इतना टफ नहीं है. All required is that you should know the meaning. Very good. So the class was only dash of Mr. Lee, who is known for his meandering lectures. So they were happy to see him go. When we are happy to see somebody leaving, it's glad to see the back of that person. Seeing eye to eye matlab agree karna. I see eye to eye with your views. So I mean I agree with your views. Devil's advocate is the one who is supporting something or someone against the popular opinion. बाकी सब एक चीज को कर रहे हैं and this one is against. Cutting corners is being lazy, finding out a shortcut, and hence quality में आप वहाँ पे adjust कर रहे हो, lower quality दे रहे हो. And the last straw means out of a series, this is the last thing. After this, you're going to lose your patience. Hmm. Meandering meaning, it means somebody that is off track. इधर उधर की बातें ज़्यादा होना. Internet is the best thing since sliced bread. Yes, C has to be the answer. Anything which is best in the sliced bread is something which is exceptionally good. after a series of new things or something new coming which is average, this is the best thing. So उसी के लिए हम best thing से slice bread बोलते हैं. Making a long story short means coming to the point. Missing the boat means missing an opportunity. A whole 9 yards means everything. मतलब जो कुछ है सब कुछ उसमें आ गया. Taste of your own medicine is you, especially in the negative context, somebody is following or doing something negative. You are you are treating the person with the same kind of negative reaction or thought or whatever it is, word maybe. Would be the last question. Few couple of seconds. Doctor candidates are advised not to bite off more than they can chew as they will have to finish their thesis in time. When a person takes more responsibilities or tries to do more than one can do physically, mentally, that's possible for it, उसको बोलते हैं biting off more than one can chew. Okay, so यहाँ पे वही बोल रहे हैं, doctoral candidates are advised to take only that much of work that they can do because they have other things to do as well in time. तो ये तो बहुत easy था. Hearing something from the horse's mouth means hearing something, getting to know something directly from the primary source or from somebody who is highly reliable. When we take something with a grain of salt, we are skeptical about it. Sitting on the fence means you are unable to decide. And putting wool over one's eyes, तो सोचो कि आंखों के सामने कोई पर्दा लेकर आएगा, दैट मीन्स आपको बेवकूफ बनाया जा रहा है, डिसीट करा जा रहा है ना. So that's why आंसर यहाँ पे डी था. That was as per the context of your given sentence. Okay, so that's it for this session. I hope you people learned a lot. Now my classes here on this channel are on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 1:30 p.m. Saturday 8 p.m. extra session. Then on our other channel CGB IBPS Hub, we have classes other 3 days, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday 1:30 p.m. Okay. So if you are new here, subscribe the channel. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and share.